John proposed to Katie on April 15th of last year. And as you know, we were in COVID.
In the spirit of love and gratitude, please look around this room and up here at this beautiful couple. And let's take a moment to really let this sink in after the year we've all had. How blessed are we to all be here to celebrate the union of these two families.
My son and his wife and John's parents met on the base of the Art Museum. We hid behind columns. We all had champagne, and he just brought Katie up for a walk. And she was a little cranky because she had to walk all of the steps of the Art Museum. She had no idea we were there, and we were giggling. And then he got down on one knee, and everyone on the Art Museum steps turned around, and they were cheering and yelling, and we came running, and she cried, and it was the most beautiful day.
Katie, take this ring as a sign of my love and fidelity.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
Seeing John be there for Katie through such a brutal 2020 really solidified the fact that he was the right one for her.
John really is great for Katie. Who else is going to deal with her volume level and dramatic story enhancements?
For example, when she tells the story of her ceremony, the organist did not stop playing for 3 hours tonight after they had kissed.
Because of how much I love them, it means that much more knowing that they've found each other and they fit each other's grooves. So where one of them might need a little extra pick-me-up, the other one fits in perfectly for that. And that's, I think, special and quirky in its own way, that they can be themselves with one another.
If you believe John, their dating anniversary is on June 2nd, 2013. And in case anybody didn't know, apparently Katie is a huge fan of celebrating anniversaries. Not just the normal ones that we all think of as a year and 2 years. Katie's a big fan of 1 month, 2 month, 3 month. And with all the things going on the past couple of weeks, I completely forgot to wish you guys a happy 96-month anniversary. So I'm very sorry. Very sorry.
Katie, you are now my sister. John, you will always be my brother. Thank you so much for making me a part of this day.
Katie is a beautiful woman, and most importantly, she is a beautiful daughter.
She has this flair for telling stories that I think pulls John in. And her laugh fills the room, and everybody else wants to laugh along with her. When I walked in, I said, "John, how you feeling, buddy?" And he said, "Well, I was a little nervous, but now that we're actually doing something, I can put my energy somewhere, I'm just pumped." Everybody was super helpful. Tom was the mastermind behind fixing everybody's kerchief and tying bow ties if people did. So there was a smooth operation going on in our room to get ready. Everybody was just happy and making jokes, and it was great.
Today has been a long, beautiful day, but the most beautiful part of it was when my husband came to see Katie. I had been with Katie since 8 o'clock this morning, watched her do her makeup and her hair, and watched her transform into a most beautiful bride. And then we kept my husband Pat outside, and when he came in, he just saw her, and he started crying, and she started crying, and every bridesmaid started crying. So great. So it was just a very beautiful, touching moment. And he said to me, "I can't believe, this is our daughter and she's getting married."
It's from John's grandmom's ring, her wedding ring, and your grandmother's ring.
She and I have a very special relationship, and we love our time together. She invited my sister and I to her bachelorette party. She said, "I couldn't have this party without you." So we really enjoy our time together, and watching her grow up she's a drama girl. She's been on stage since she's been in second grade. So it just kind of oozes from her, and we love seeing her on stage. And tonight is her prettiest stage, and she's doing a beautiful job at everything she's doing.
Marriage is a very unique sacrament in the Church. Unlike all of the other 7 sacraments, you two today, Katie and John, minister this sacrament to each other. And I think there's something really wonderful about that. In other words, you're giving this sacrament to each other today. And that's very unique among all the sacraments in the Church. You're promising also to do your best to work out any of the challenges that may lie in your future. What you're promising together is that you don't face those challenges alone. So we celebrate much good news today. And the good news is that your family and your friends and Jesus the Lord are here with you today and promise to stand ready to offer their help. And not only their help, their joy with you and for you in what you celebrate today. Jesus the Christ promises he will always be with us when 2 or 3 are gathered in his name. And we're gathered in his name today for you and with you, Katie and John. And I promise prayers for you and peace be with you both. It's a pleasure to welcome all of you to Old St. Joseph Church today. After the year or 15 months that we've just been living, it's really a pleasure for us to gather here and to welcome especially both of you, Katie and John, on this very happy day in your lives, a day that is full of joy and promise and hope, I'm sure also for your families and certainly for your parents and for your friends who are here today.
Who can find a woman of worth? Far beyond jewels is her value. Her husband trusts her judgment. He does not lack income. She brings him profit, not loss, all the days of her life. She reaches out her hands to the poor and extends her arms to the needy. Character is deceptive and beauty fleeting. The woman who fears the Lord is to be praised.
Let love be sincere. Hate what is evil. Hold on to what is good. Love one another with mutual affection. Anticipate one in showing honor. Do not grow slack in zeal. Be fervent in spirit. Serve the Lord. Rejoice in hope. Endure in affliction. Persevere in prayer. Rejoice with those who rejoice. Weep with those who weep. Have the same regard for one another. Do not be haughty, but associate with the lowly. Do not be conquered by evil, but conquer with good.
I, John, take you, Katie, to be my wife. I promise to be true to you in good times and in bad, in sickness and in health.
I will love you and honor you all the days of my life.
Today is the most beautiful day that I ever could have imagined. We have been thinking about this day with Katie and John for a year officially, and it is more beautiful than we ever imagined. Everyone is so happy, so it is more than we ever dreamed of.
This is just a fantastic evening, and your presence makes it that much better. John and Katie are so proud you're all here. And on behalf of the Henkels and Susan and I, we are so proud too. Thanks for joining us.
Give me your hands and I will hold on tight.
A wise person once said that a finished painting is past history, but a blank canvas is the future. Today, Kate and John, you have that blank canvas to paint it with the colors of your dreams, your aspirations. And I'm going to speak for everybody in this room and say that we can't wait to see the beautiful painting that you develop as a couple.
Give me your hands and I will hold on tight through.
Nothing is more practical than finding God, that is, than falling in love in a quite absolute, final way. What you are in love with, what seizes your imagination, will affect everything. It will decide what will get you out of bed in the morning, what you do with your evenings, how you spend your weekends, what you read, who you know, what breaks your heart, and what amazes you with joy and gratitude. Fall in love, stay in love, and it will decide everything. A wise man taught me to tell the people I care about how much I love them, and to do it often. And he would tell you publicly as much as he did privately. In his honor, Katie, I love you. John, I love you.
Growing up, we wanted to be just like Katie. From the rainbow flip-flops and rope bracelets
to the polos and Sophie shorts.
Her style was the blueprint of our childhood.
When Katie got a retainer and glasses, I needed a retainer and glasses.
I think that they will continue to grow. They'll do what they love to do. They'll travel. They'll still go to New York.
In all seriousness, Katie really was our role model growing up.
The memories we have shared are endless. Beach trips to Sea Isle and Bethany filled with hours of flashlight tag, swimming, and Hawker's ice cream.
When I watched my husband dance with Katie, my heart was filled. And I think when he looks at her, he can't even believe that she is ours and she has become this beautiful, independent, professional woman.
Even though we're younger than Katie, we're pretty protective of her. So when we first met John, we were like, Katie, are you sure you love board games as much as this guy?
But it did not take long for us to realize John and Katie were the perfect match. They really get each other and have the best friendship.
I think when I was dancing with John, I thought about how I raised him and what a good guy he is, and he's humble, he is kind. From the day he was born, he just was this precious gift. We always knew he was always going to be this great guy who would do great things and find the love of his life, and he did.
I never felt like I got to spend as much time with Katie as I would have liked. Instead, I came to know you through the way John would talk about you. I have never heard more clearly someone smiling through the phone than the first time he told me he loved you. Never did I hear him more focused on something than when he was trying to figure out what to get you as a present. Never more guilty than when he would say something dumb and I would hear you in the background saying, John.
Well, I see them still living in Havertown because they have a beautiful home, but I hope they have 2 or 3 children, and Pat and I are enjoying and loving them and watching them grow as a couple. I just foresee beautiful things for them.
There are few people in this world that I can read like a book as well as John Hinkle. And because of that, even though our time together has been limited, your effect on him makes me feel like I've known you for a lifetime. Katie, I am capable of no compliment higher than to say that you deserve this man.
Today is going beautifully. I think that
the amount of joy I'm seeing from everyone, from John and Katie to the Henkels to the Smiths, it's radiating from everybody. And you can feel it on the dance floor. There's an energy out there. People were desperate for this joy, and it's awesome to me that Katie and John have brought us here and are your catalyst for that. It's been a beautiful day, start to finish.
You want a shot of her putting her perfume on? Okay.
Did you see where that went versus where I ended?
Sure did.
Son of a gun.
We have some tissues down the front.
Get my skinny neck. I did the thing yesterday.
There was a girl named Goldie and a wolf who only thought there was one, me and no one. She broke the lock and entered. He huffed and puffed and sent their chinny chin chins running for friends. Cause when it's a trio, you can't defeat 'em. 1, 2, 3. You and me and some L-O-V-E. Together we could be the true story of how all good things come in threes. There is a bridge for crossing and always canes for walking, for goats and mice who come in thrice. And if it's trolls or blindness that keep you from the finest one you could be, then think in 3. Cause 1, 2, 3. You and me and some L-O-V-E. Together we could be the true story of how all good things come in threes. All good things come in 1, 2, 3.
This one for the boys with the boom system.
Yeah.
Top down AC with a cooler system. When you come into the club, you be blazing up. Got stacks on deck, like saving up. Any ill, you know, you might got a bill. You pop bottles and you got the right kind of bill. You bounce, you know, you might sell a coat. He always in the air, but you never fly coach. You motherfucking drip, still on the ship. Just want to lift, but that's the kind of dude I was. And yes, he gets slapped if you look at hoe. I said, excuse me, you're a hell of a guy. I mean, my, I like pelican fly. I mean, it's so shy, you love your tie. You're like sticking in the guy with a thing on his eye. Yes, I did. Some funny piece on who the F.I. is. I am Nicki Minaj and back the dudes up. Back coots up, shut the dudes up.
We're still going.